Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 1, 2, square root of 9 by 10, take 14 and add 6. Episode 90 of the MotoGP 21 career mode. Yeah, 21 and 23, I know, I get the irony too. Today we have some Portugal on the cards for round 3. Thank you for all the love and support in episode 87 and 88, 1 and 2 in my head at the moment currently. The fact that we've gone back a couple of years in terms of gaming technology and everyone's still kind of hyped about the series. Really proud and really happy that everyone's enjoying it. But yeah, I'd say it's been a tough couple of years for MotoGP games, and 21 was just a sweet spot, and that's why we're here. Now, after building up a couple of rounds and pre-seasons kind of resource points, I want to spend some spendies. Everyone probably will go engine, frame, get a better bike, but me, being the absolute big brain, I'm going to go get some TC. Main reason for that is I want to somehow increase rear grip as well as taste less out of the rear tyre. I feel at the moment traction isn't as good as it could be, so we're going to go traction and hopefully have that for kind of Jerez Le Mans time, ideally. Right then, for Jerez we will have the first development part of the ECU, and that will be the traction. So with that good news, let's now jump to Portimao. So I must say, unlike most people, Portimao is not one of my favourite tracks. I just don't feel it has a great flow, especially in this game. I get on with that something parts. It's a bit like for me with some people four-wheel tracks or four-wheel car tracks that they don't really live up to the hype. Spa is one of those for me. Just some parts of the track are amazing, but not everything for me. It's a bit of a struggle. So around here, it just feels slightly again off the ball. Currently here, we're really struggling for speed. Pretty much again same issues. Taking too much out of my tyres, do not have entry grip into heavy braking zones, and I can't get the bike stopped. So we are working hard with the engineer, safe rejoined by me, thank you, and we have some solutions, but at the moment on this quite green track here on Friday afternoon, it doesn't really seem to be working. So maybe come Saturday, maybe some better results should be prospering, but at the moment it looks like we're going to be going through Q1 again, as we're currently down at P21, so it's a bit of a struggle at the moment, so let's see how we can kind of fare out for the rest of the session. So P21, 0.9 off. Slowest Yamaha again. Most Yamahas doing pretty okay. For example, Fabio 5th, Maverick 3rd, the two Patronus boys in the mid to low 10s. So don't know exactly where we're going to find the speed, but at the moment the big issue was, like I said, just not having the grip and stuff. So I think traction control is going to really help when we get that for Jerez in the next round. So again, looking really forward to getting them up to upgrades on the bike, because at the moment it just isn't really hooking up the way I need to, and I'm losing a lot on exit, entry. Now I know traction's not going to help on entry, but once we get the traction control kind of on the bike, and provided it works and stuff, probably will go after some engine braking upgrades, just because I feel like I cannot pull the bike down like how I need to and how I could in years gone by. So yeah, we're going to probably end up in Q1 unless we have a Stella FP3, but at the moment it looks like we're going to have to go a long way through qualifying again, so not ideal. So we are here in Q1 with some pretty fast riders. We have Valentino Marquez, a couple of championships between them, other factory Honda rider Espargaro and Mir, so plenty of people. Jorge Martin as well in there, the two factory KTMs, and myself, so plenty of heavy hitting people in this session, so it's not going to be easy to secure one of the fastest spots to go through to Q2. So we're deciding here for the first run in Q1 to go over the soft front medium rear, both brand new tyres, so not too sure exactly how I'm going to make this work, because I'd imagine it's not going to be the right combination for this bike. Usually it likes to go on a bit stiffer, so soft front's going to be a bit weird, but just with the delegation of tyres at the moment, I really need to manage throughout the weekend. So fortunately, Salvadori ruins my first lap. That is quite unfortunate, but as I was saying, the regulation stuff, we do need to manage and make sure that we do at least get the tyres to the race and give ourselves some options when we get there. Should be on course here if we can keep this lap to go to provisional P1. The ideal. See, already don't be destroying the front tyre and the rear, so it still shows at the moment the really low traction I'm running to get a bit of reaction out of this bike, that we're eating tyres. And not only that, the way I'm riding on corner inch, I really feel like I'm probably taking the best out of the front as well. Up to the line, it's going to be somewhat in the 38s, 38.9, it puts us P1 provisionally. Just get the feeling though that is not going to be enough to go through. We'll hope and wait. So by half attempt we end up in Q2, so 3 race weekends so far, 2 visits to Q1. It's not a trend I want to keep going. Thankfully me and Jorge Martin have made it through by the skin of my teeth really. Tried to go again, had absolutely nothing left on them tyres, and by the time I got back in and out, didn't have time to go, so unfortunately that was our lot. And thankfully this time again we've just managed to get ourselves through, but at the moment qualifying is our biggest gripe. I feel like in the race we'll be okay, but we really need to sort out the 1 lap speed, massively an issue. So this time around we've gone with a medium, fresh medium front and a soft rear, just to see if we can get a bit better balance with the bike. Realistically we're going to probably need a mid 38, which is going to be some stretch at the moment for me, but we're going to give it everything and see what we got. So first lap 39.1, slightly slower than we went in Q1. P3 currently behind my teammate, not a bad lap. Slightly limited with the traction control at the moment with the software. Tried to run higher traction just to make sure that we weren't shredding the tire. Dropped it down to power 2 or to traction control 2 coming out of the last corner just to make sure I got good spin and drive to get to the line, but don't know where I'm going to find that time to Zarco at the moment. Really, that's a lot of time to find, so we're going to go again, maybe throw another rear tyre at it and see if we can find time. So far so good. This lap seems to have promise, but 3 times under at the windmill point. See him putting wild shapes pretty much everywhere. Absolutely ending the rear tyre's life, and they're run very wide there. Lost a lot of time. Can we get it back on exit? Final corner up a small bit. We're going to try our best for a good run. See how much is dancing. That's pretty much cost us. Look at the rear tyre. Absolutely smoking really at the moment, so we've dropped to P9 in the meantime, and yeah, don't really know what else to try because just cannot get that lap time out of it. A low 38 from my teammate and P2 from my other teammate. And look at him there, right on cue. Back it lovely into turn 1. I know it's going off track, so good job Fabio, thank you. Really tried this last lap to try something a bit special, and you can see even with a red helmet in sector 1, but the run to the line I think is not going to be special enough to get me anything. Half a tenth at best, not really going to do it for me. And we stay P11, that is shocking. We're only just slightly quicker than Jorge Martin, who's currently on a personal best. We came through in P12 in Q1. We might end up P12 in Q2 as well, so it's going to be poor. Jorge Martin has crossed the line. He hasn't gotten quicker, but he has another lap I reckon, so yeah, let's see. Big struggles here in Portugal as predicted. So, beautiful lap time from Fabio. Behind 3 out of the 4 Yamahas again. The only one I'm ahead of is Valentino, so don't really take much solace in that as he was never very fast over the 1 lap. I'd imagine in the race he'll probably put me under a lot of pressure. Maverick, Fabio 1-2 shows that the Yamaha is working. Last year's bike in P7 again shows that I should be doing better. The fact that 39.0 I'm roughly 0.7 off is a bit scary because I'm forcing it fit again. I thought that guitar maybe was the outlier. The fact that I was really making shapes into corners, where at the moment I think maybe a slight bit of overriding for me, but the fact that I don't seem the lap time coming when I'm riding smooth, I kind of have to ride like this, so maybe I'm just not getting the most out of it, but it's going to be a tough race here in Portugal. Right then, it is time. Good start is needed. And it looks to be an initial good start. The first time all season. I'll go aggressive around the outside. We've decided to go to hard front. I was very much on the fence until I saw both my factory teammates, Maverick and Fabio, going with it too. Just with these temperatures, just don't know if it'll hold out for the whole race. Obviously we had issues in Qatar. Decent start, I must say. But I don't know how well I can go forward in this race or how much I can really push. Still need to manage the tyres a good chunk as well on this one because there's still a lot of long hanging corners. So we're just trying to get comfortable here in P7. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Didn't feel like I had to take too much out of myself just to kind of stick with them. No, they are pulled a small gap, but that's all expected out of that last corner because my ECU just settled slightly on the air of caution not to shred the rear right part of the tyre. And I'd just like to be a bit closer, but we're having moments like that and heavy braking a lot around this track. And I'm not surprised to really see Frankie and Zarker to come through, so looks like maybe us hanging on to the top 6 was a bit of a wild dream at the start of this race. I think here around the top 10 is probably where we're at our max for today. To be fair, so far as well all season, top 10 has kind of been my limit really. Top 6, 7 have just kind of gotten away from me. I would like to dispose of Zarko somewhere in these twisty bits here just so I'm ahead of him before the last corner to hopefully stick with Frankie. Get a good run out here and go for the lunge. Where will you look for it? Where will you look for it? He uses the room with fairness. Here's the inside door. We're going to hold it around the outside. We're going to lean in on him. Already, front tyre's gotten cold. And is that Fabio? Has that gone straight on or Maverick? There's one of the Yamahas in front of me coming back to me. I believe that is Quattro. Apparently he was in P3 across the line. Looks like he's made a mistake down into 1, so 2 out of 3 races so far this year he seems to have overperformed the qualifying and gone backwards on the race. Remember in Qatar race 1 he wasn't strong in the race either after having a very strong Saturday. So again the Yamahas starting to fall backwards. 3rd, 6th, 7th, 8th for us and Valentino further back. Again, you can see how much my front tyre is worn, so it's going to be very similar to Qatar. Having much better feelings on this hard front, but just not being able to kind of get the optimal temperature out of it for the race. Maybe we get to the hot sunny temperatures in Herat and the like. Might be able to run it because it definitely feels stronger with the hard front in. Just gives me a bit of stability and a bit more confidence. You have a massive moment on the curb there. I believe Frankie Marbelli's a soft rear because he was lit sideways there a second ago, so again in race 1 in Qatar he also made a very silly call to go with a soft rear and that ended his race very early by going backwards and ended up crashing out of what I believe to be P16 at the time. Just so you know, as he taps the throttle you can see it stepping out. Also with the medium, still kind of wiggling out for us as well, but don't feel as bad. You can see the little gaggle behind. Oh, look at him. Absolutely Scandi flick into turn 1 and we just have not got that stopped. Let's pick it up and go wide. We'll rejoin hopefully, not get clattered. We fall in behind Harger Martin. So again, struggling with the stopping of this motorbike at the moment for me is a big issue. I think maybe Herat, which is one of my standout race of the season, is probably coming a bit early for me, and the Yamaha again, just look at that, like it's just absolutely skating in. As we get off track then, front end starts to go a bit weird. Oh, it'll be a long season unless we just start to figure this Yamaha out again, change direction. I just don't have that rear loaded. It's looking like here in the long run the speed over my setup changes have not worked. I'm gonna try to ride this Yamaha, grab it by the teeth. There's a crash for someone ahead, I believe. Can't see who it's for. Does look like once again Frankie is coming back to us. Green flag, free and clear. Can I have a look up the inside of Miguel? Have a look, but don't really have anything in the way of stopping power to get there. Thankfully Yamaha do look like they are men and women of the word, as it does look like this engine we have in this year's bike is very, very good on fuel, so do have a lot of fuel to burn, so I'm going to make use of that on the home straight mainly, and maybe into turn 5 a bit, just to burn off the extra power. Make sure we use it and just put the load through the rear tyre. Give it a look. That's all it is really. I get to run out of here. I feel very weak, especially when Petrucci goes for optimistic moves like that. I feel like the natural racing line does leave the door open, but that was a bit excessive. Again in here, not getting that stopped, and that is the other factory KTM. I don't need Binder now getting in my way. Try and force the move and just keep around the outside. He's going to lean on me, but thankfully we had the inside line. Jeez, lack of rear grip on entry to corners. We're battling hard here with Binder. Oh, that is a huge accident in front. It is Jorge Martin. The Pramac boys have been quick all season. They just cannot stay on the bike. And I'm struggling a lot now, losing a lot of positions. So if we're not careful there, we're going to be out of the points. We'll go for wide sweeping line here on pole. Get the extra power up, even though we're starting to lose a bit of rear grip more than I'd be liking at this point. It's funny because my speed considered comparing to Frankie, I look to be matching him because he's falling back just as I am as well. Like so late down into turn 1, take a good chunk of time back off pole. Binder has disposed of Frankie. I get to run, that's what I was trying to do last lap. Much better. Maybe fight back and get a result out of this one. Oh, so close to losing the front really on the curb. The front is absolutely gone now. We're riding on the canvas now, and let's see. Through the places where you need the bike underneath you, I'm just absolutely nowhere compared to them. Back to Frankie's on the software and it's gone, and I can't even get near him anywhere. Never mind on corner exit, corner entry, looking at him sliding it, and so am I. So it just shows that even though he made the wrong tyre calls, we get that all wrong again. Look at him sliding out of there, he has nothing left, and I still can't make and take advantage of it. I get him into turn 1, I'd imagine, but we're losing a lot of time. He goes wide again, does he? We're trying to open the door with a crowbar really. Thankfully this time we do make it through, and so does pole, unfortunately for me. We've just over 2 laps to go and we've a lot of fuel left, so we're going to burn it. This lap has been action packed so far for me. It's nearly been a crash at every corner, as it feels like, again losing what level of the front we have left. Here we are on for quite a nice lap time compared to our previous and our personal best. And we are gaining on Binder, but it's just too little too late really for me, and at any moment could tip off here, and these long corners just don't have any sort of traction. For the most part, traction control 3 just feels too much, but 2 is just far too little, so I don't know what to do. Last lap, I'm going to try it. Traction 2, power 3. That was a 38.7. That's the fastest lap all weekend for me, would you believe? The fact that we set our fastest lap on the penultimate lap of the race of the whole bloody weekend shows one thing and one thing only. On dead tyres, bike is as quick as it is on full tyres, so we just can't take the grip out of the tyres. So it shows that our drop isn't as bad. Guarantee there's not many people on that last doing 38s. See how much we've taken out of everyone in front of us. Currently on for a much faster lap again if we keep it. I feel like we might have a chance at Binder here, provided we don't slip off somewhere. Front is absolutely gone. Big lunging on the brakes. Oh, I touched the car. Big bobble for me. I think that is done, and the front is just after that go again. Thankfully, as we got our first track one on the last lap, which is nice considering the last few episodes, but that was it really. Look at the tyres, the front is non-existent. Thankfully there's a bit of temperature in it this time, and that's probably where the speed laid on has come, the fact that I've had a bit of temp. Unfortunately, qualified P11, P12 across the line.
While the riders enjoy the acclaim of the fans on their victory lap, let's take a look at the final ranking of today's race.
Visible frustration across the line from my rider. What a shame that is. For reference, like, we're quicker than... Well, like, look at the lap times. We're quicker all the way up to Fabio's in P5, quicker than Aleix, quicker than Maverick. So we're up as fast as the leaders, really. It's just it was lap 8 out of 9 that we did it on, so damn shame that we're that slow for most of the race. So, of course, Petrucci 37.5 towards the end of the race. That's crazy. Fastest Yamaha rider of the weekend, Valentino Rossi. So shame he's on a P22, but what can you do? So for the championship, more points dropped. Thankfully it looked like it was a poor weekend for the Yamaha boys as well. So gap closed at the top between Maverick and Fabio. I drop even further down, do I? I'm now behind Valentino. So you can see here, that's kind of a prime example of what's wrong with this Yamaha. 12th, 13th and 14th, but also first and second. So it's a bit of a perplexing one, because if we started the race like I did in that last 3 laps there, chances are I could be on the podium. It's just when the tyres are fresh, the fuel is high, I cannot get a lap time out of this bike. And it's just showing that in qualifying I can't do it. I'm trying so hard in qualifying, and it's P11, P10, P5. So it's just not enough. And the fact that I got the launch and they pulled away, and then I came back to them towards the end of the race, which is just a real shame. So upgrades are needed at the moment, so it's going to be a battle against time just to get some new parts on this bike, just to get myself somewhere where I'm comfortable, because we're now massively again behind Fabio. 49 points versus 14, so 35. So at this rate, it's going to be, if we keep going at this rate, it's going to be another race victory gone to him, which is going to be hard to get back at this point of the season. So before we end off the episode, we did get the traction control 1 on, and that is a nice upgrade that we're going to get. Now, in the comments I want to know, what do you reckon is next needed? We have relatively decent engine, bare bones frame, very little aero, and we've just started our ECU. So what do you think is best needed for the next episode? Let me know in the comments, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have enjoyed. In the next one, hopefully in Jerez, we will go quicker. It will be a track that I should be on par with my competitors, and hopefully be able to make the difference there, unlike Portimao and Qatar. And nonetheless, thank you for watching. So long, go forward.